Welcome. Woo! Welcome back.
Welcome.
Howdy.
Hello. This is where you say welcome.
Oh yeah, welcome.
Right.
Hot Shot Secret fans.
We've got storms rolling in from the right.
Living right day and night.
And we're supposed to be powered by science
That's
here.
very true.
We better be able to get two people on one train somehow.
A lot of hard work that went into this. You know, it's something that we've been chasing for a year and a half to try to get this truck in the breeze.
We are live. We are live.
There we go. Technical difficulty.
Yes. Small technical difficulty, but welcome in Facebook Hot Shot Secret fans for another Hot Shot Secret live on YouTube and Facebook. Today we'll be talking about our two-step oil and fuel processes. My name's Josh Steinmetz. I'm brand manager here, and with me is Logan McFarland, one of our R&D lab technicians.
Hi.
Lab monkey.
Yeah.
All right. Well, as always, post your comments below, and we will get to them. We are monitoring our chat on both Facebook and YouTube, and we'll try to get through those throughout the show. If either Logan or myself don't know about it, we'll get the answers for you as always. At the end of the show, we'll also be doing our weekly drawing. This week's prize is our two-step pack of Diesel Extreme, Everyday Diesel Treatment, FR3, and Stiction Eliminator.
How fitting.
How fitting indeed. You can enter each live at hotshotsecret.com/giveaway. And be sure to do that each and every time we have a live event. And we'd like to know where you're watching from today. So please comment, let us know where you're watching from. As always, we're dual streaming on Facebook and YouTube. Be sure to like and share this video and hit the subscribe button on YouTube so you get all our newest video content, including lots of race videos that we've been posting recently. Be sure to follow us also on YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram. So let's dig right into it, Logan.
All right.
What is our two-step process?
Which one? We have two steps.
There you go.
So our first one is going to be our oil two-step program. Initially, Stiction Eliminator, obviously, is going to be your first step. It was designed first for hewing injectors in the Ford Power Strokes. However, it has a lot more uses. So first off, you're going to be using that. You're going to be using that at a 4 ounce per quart treat rate. We have 2 treat rates on that. However, your starting one is 4 ounces.
And the reason for that, have a little extra cleaning properties.
Yeah, it helps thin out the oil a little bit, get it in all the some crannies, lets that cleaner get in there and properly loosen everything up. Piston rings, hewing injectors.
Right, just everything to get it. Anything the oil touches, basically, we're helping to lubricate and clean with Stiction.
Yep, exactly.
Okay. And then said FR3 is the
Yeah.
after that?
FR3 after that. FR3 is designed to be our, obviously, friction reducer. That's what the FR stands for. Furthermore, as a performance increasing, lubricity, helps increase the lubricity, reduce wear. Also has our nanocarbon technology that works on the nano level, filling in any micro asperities there are, preventing wear on the bottom end, whereas things get bigger, wear particles get bigger, causes even more wear, so we won't stop it right here.
Yeah. And how often do we use FR3 and how much?
So FR3 is used every other oil change, and you will use 1.5 ounces per quart. When people call in, I say 2 ounces just to make it easier, but 1.5 ounces per quart is the treat rate for that. Run it for a full oil change interval, then switch back to Stiction Illuminator, then switch back to FR3.
Okay. And we've improved Stiction Illuminator over time, and now it also includes the FR3 in it, correct?
Absolutely, yeah. The original formula, long time ago, we've changed it a lot since then, along with FR3. So both of them, newest and greatest technology we can find. So.
All right. And so you said, like I said, so just kind of a quick recap on the oil side or two-step treatment. Deep clean with Stiction Illuminator.
Yep.
4 ounces per quart of oil.
Yep.
Goes in the entire oil change cycle.
Full cycle, not flush.
Not a flush. No harsh solvents or anything, right? Is that,
Nope, not at all.
So it's using some really good technology, not just
Yep.
throwing harsh, easy.
Yeah, it's not going to shrink your seals or cause any leaks or anything.
Okay.
Like that.
You brought up seals. Sorry, I had a point and I kind of forgot it. But and then after that, we follow with FR3, the next oil change.
Yep.
Can run that for the next 2. Actually,
Yeah.
is what we
you
say.
can.
If you have an engine known for a stiction issue, like say the Huey injector 7.3 or 6.0s,
Yeah.
you maybe one or some people run the Stiction limiter every single time as well.
Yeah. I mean, people even like to use both of them together. We don't recommend doing that, but
Because like you talked about, you can thin out your oil. It's not just the oil viscosity. We can also take away some of the detergents that are in the oil.
Yeah.
And oil is a very balanced.
Yeah. I mean, it's perfectly balanced setup where each additive has a function. You throw off that balance, and you can potentially cause harm. So
Yeah.
that's why our additives are perfectly designed to mix into every
Okay.
engine oil.
All right. Any recommendation, like if I got a new vehicle, like what should I do? If I like say I just buy a new vehicle off the lot, what would be your recommendation for using our oil additives?
Right off the lot, using our oil additives, not really recommended right off the bat. We have a mile limit of roughly 25,000 miles. After that, then we recommend to use our Stiction Illuminator, then continue the two-step process with FR3. However, fuel additives, we'll get into that in a second, but those are recommended right off the floor. So.
And Stiction Illuminator we think about a lot of times as a diesel problem or a Huey problem, but it's really in every engine, right?
Absolutely, yeah. Any engine can get a stuck piston ring.
So what is Stiction itself?
Stiction itself is basically any broken down, oxidized part of an engine oil. Even an additive package can fall out and turn into sludge. This sludge over time.
And essentially that's just carbon molecules that are building up.
Exactly.
So
especially
everyone
in
knows
diesels.
about carbon in engines. So really it's the oil breaking down back into its basic form, carbon. What Stiction Illuminator does is it actually brings it back in solution,
Yep.
puts it back into the oil. We let the oil filter take care of some of that extra carbon where it need to, and then we're dumping out with the oil change and really not harming anything, but we're just cleaning up the engine, getting it back into new condition.
Exactly.
And we see a lot of Stiction build up with any turbocharged vehicle as well.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Turbo. for
Which there's so many new vehicles now are turbo, not just diesel powered, but gas powered ones as well. So, and then these engines with the stop start as well.
Sure. Oh yeah. That's terrible for an engine's health overall. So Stiction Illuminator definitely helps with stop start.
Yep, and FR3 to follow up then to keep it healthy and be jammed. So, all right, so that's our oil side of the two-step treatment. Looking at some comments here. Give me 1 second here. There we go. Oh, it all piled in at once finally on the thing here. Got hello from Arizona. Our main man Eric Trimble's watching. He was back in. Hey, Eric, good to see you. Hope the new baby's doing well. Eric, don't remember him, or sorry, if you do remember him, he was in marketing for a long time with us. He moved on to a new position. Hope he's doing well. I know you got a new child at home. Got Rodney in from Chill Coffee. He also listens to Steve Summers. Matt Harris from Coppersville, Michigan. On YouTube, what is NanoSend 251? So.
Oh man, so NanoSend 251. That's an obscure question.
That
I
is.
haven't heard anyone ask about that product in a while.
Which
So,
that's actually an LSI.
yeah, it is an
It's on Hot Shot Secret.
Yeah, not a Hot Shot Secret product, so I'll touch on it in a little bit. So NanoSend 251, name obviously containing nano. We have our current FR3 formula, which we use our nanocarbons in. We wanted to see at what maximum point do the nanos not really have an effect. So we dialed up that formula with the nanocarbons to see as high as we could get it, the most amount of performance we could get out of our nanotechnology. And that's exactly what NanoSend 251 is.
Okay. Yep. Awesome. Josh Bryan chiming in from Pennsylvania. Mick Broughton, a Polar, chiming in from Michigan as well. Says great products work well in our hauler. Thanks, Mick, for using our products. Eric wanted to know about some new products. So, Eric, there's like 3 of them on the cusp of coming out. We're doing a little bit. I'll message you, let you know what's going on. That's about all I should say on those for now. I'll blame Aaron for not getting them done. He's working on some testing for me right now. All right. So let's get into the fuel side, or diesel fuel side, actually.
Step 2.
Step 2 of the 2-step process.
All right, so starting off with our...
I actually like to call it the 2.5-step process now.
I like that. All right, so I guess getting into it now, we're going to start with Diesel Extreme.
Right.
So for Diesel Extreme, that is our concentrated injector fuel system cleaner. Its main focuses are fuel system cleaning and cetane boost. Using that, you're going to notice the internal diesel injector deposits, IDIDs. Those will be removed. It's really good for clearing out any soot, possibly removing codes for clogged emission system, things like that. Really, anywhere that carbon can build up on the fuel side, you're going to notice it's going to get cleaned up by Diesel Extreme. Really looking at Stiction Eliminator and Diesel Extreme, those two go hand in hand. Right off the bat, using both of those, you'll notice an immediate difference.
You're cleaning both the fuel and the oil side of the engine. So even if you're, don't have a Huey injector and you got a common rail truck, you're cleaning those injectors for an optimized spray pattern and better fuel economy, and also better operation. And you got the oil side cleaned up the turbo and everything else, and really just make everything sing in harmony.
Along with the secondary claims, for we have the moisture dispersant, rust and corrosion inhibitor, what is
Cetane booster.
Cetane boost, yeah, obviously injector cleaner.
Yeah.
So all of those are combined into the Diesel Extreme formula. Moving on from there, actually, let's talk about treat rate first.
Okay.
Right now, being from the lab, I speak about treat ratio, and 1 to 320 treat ratio.
That's a 16-ounce bottle will treat 40 gallons of fuel.
16-ounce gallon treats 40 gallons of fuel.
Which is a nice size for most people. It's a great size to buy. Some of our retailers carry 32 ounce, so you can get 2, 3, or 4, depending on your tank size, treatments out of a single bottle.
Yeah, so it comes down to size for your standard pickup running a diesel, and then also your semi-trucks running a diesel. So perfect sizing for those.
Mm-hmm.
We covered the treat ratio. We covered what the product does.
Yeah, the real basics. There's some other things we can come back to.
Yeah.
And then the second step of that is EDT.
EDT. So
Everyday diesel treatment.
Yep. The main focus for Diesel Extreme, we said, was the injector cleaner and the cetane boost. EDT, we're going to swap over to every other of the 4 claims. So we're going to talk about, your moisture dispersion, which we use demulsifier for, rust and corrosion inhibitor. We're going to be talking about, what did I already cover? Moisture, rust and corrosion.
You're really missing the two all-stars of what it
Yeah.
does, and that's the cetane boost and lubricity.
Yeah, it also has the cetane boost and lubricity. Fuel stabilizer as well.
Right.
Stabilizes up to a year. This is kind of your bread and butter all in one. This is everything you need for your diesel fuel, which comes right out of the pump. All of the additives included in diesel fuel at the pump aren't necessarily, going to be. It's not going to have all of the performance that you're going to want, so that's why you're going to use the DT with it. Also, not to mention lubricity.
Right.
We have LX4 in that formula for lubricity as well. So, I think that's all 6.
Yes, it is. So, actually, I see lots of comments here, so let me get onto those real quick. Rodney says, I haven't tried it yet, but I'm going to try it in my 85 Chevy with a 6.2 diesel. The injectors leak. He gave phone numbers. Yeah, Rodney, it's not going to help with the leaky injectors, but take care of some of the other underlying issues. Also, I think one thing that we always forget about with Diesel Extreme is how it helps with the asphaltenes
Oh yeah, absolutely.
in the fuel system and helping extend the life of the fuel filters.
Yeah, exactly. So asphaltenes are, it's also known as bitumen. It's sort of the heavy elements in diesel fuel that are supposed to be left behind when all of the aromatics and light elements evaporate out. However, they're left behind, and if fuel sits for long enough and subject to enough pressure, it actually separates out and leaves behind carbon before the fuel is even burned. This can clog fuel lines, sit at the bottom of the tank, fuel filters. So this allows for not only them to stay in suspension, but be burned off in the combustion process.
So actually get all the fuel you paid for.
Exactly. Yeah, you're actually using what you're paying for. So.
Right. All right.
Got some other questions?
Yeah, we
here?
do. Sorry, it's
You're good.
hard to read them all here at once, and they're getting smaller. It seems like. Outside of gasoline extreme and diesel extreme, can FR3 be used in your fuel system?
That is a good question. So FR3, while we don't recommend it to be used, if it does accidentally happen, which I've run into many times, there's no harm from it. It's an ashless formula, so you're not going to notice any clogging.
But typically FR3 is on the oil side.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So as recommended or as usage would be oil side. Now, one thing for those that are thinking about, I don't know if this question was towards gas, but we'll just touch briefly. We have gasoline extreme, which is
Absolutely.
our deep clean, which is kind of the equivalent of diesel extreme.
Absolutely.
And then LX4 is kind of on the gasoline side, kind of your everyday treatment that you could use.
Yeah,
So
that's
it's an upper cylinder lubricant. It's just adding lubricity, but it's an upper cylinder lubricant. So if that
Exactly.
was something you're looking for, we have a lot of people here at work that use it in their tank because they see some fuel economy gains.
Yeah, exactly. I use it too.
So, perfect. So we talked about the usage of EDT, and then in the winter time, the 2.5 step, as I like to call it, EDT plus winter defense. So everything we get in EDT, plus we add our anti-gelling formula to it, or anti-gel component to it as well.
Yeah, that's actually a formula that's been out, what is that, probably 6 or so months, maybe later now?
Yeah, officially 6 months. We did a test a year before that, but officially 6 months out.
That was a very fun project to work on. All hands on deck for that. It was
Yep.
very good formula.
It was, yeah. It took a lot of effort from the R&D standpoint to make LX4 work
Oh yeah, that was very
And-
difficult.
in harmony with everything else in the anti-gel formula.
Yeah. Every benefit you'll notice from the EDT, you'll also notice with the EDT plus winter defense, just with one extra, so 7 in 1.
So it's 7 in 1. So regular use of these fuel treatments, what does it kind of do for your engine, like, or, kind of benefits?
As far as regular use benefits,
Yes.
you're going to notice, lack of hesitation right off the bat from using Diesel Extreme. That's your first flush. However, ongoing from from there using EDT and EDT Plus, you'll just notice that those problems don't come back. We call the first one the clean out, and then the second one is the keep clean. It's keeping you clean. You're getting the cetane boost, you're getting the lubricity boost, and you're getting all the other, stability and corrosion protection all at the same time.
Yeah,
So,
moisture dispersion, everything.
Exactly.
So really, it's, as I like to say, it's maintaining a healthy diesel fuel system.
exactly, yeah.
So,
Diesel fuel alone is just not enough.
yeah. Another great benefit is we have case studies where we've cut DPF regens by over 50%
Oh,
by
yeah.
using Diesel Extreme EDT. So you have a newer vehicle with the emission system. We cut those regens down. We reduce not only the regen cycles, but also the amount of DEF you use in the tank. And we know we're going to extend the life of that system because we're actually reducing the amount of soot that makes it through the system. That's how we're cutting down those regens.
Yeah, and that was actually a study we did with the city of Columbus for their school buses. So
Correct.
that's actually available on our website.
It is, yep, under the Diesel Extreme page.
Yep.
All right.
We have another one for FR3 with Harley Davidson.
Yeah, we have a motorcycle test on that, yep,
Those are really good case studies if anyone ever wants to look into those.
absolutely. All right. Let's go into our dealer shout-outs. We got Gulf Coast Diesel Performance out of Avon, Texas, and Fish Diesel Service out of Springville, Utah. Welcome aboard to these new dealers. If you need any Hot Shot Secret products in those areas, reach out to those guys, look them up on Facebook, and search them online. Be sure to,
Got some nice logos.
yes, got some nice logos indeed. And then reminder to check out Steve Summers' Overnight Drive live each weeknight from the Hot Shot Secret Studio. You can find them on Facebook, Rumble, the website, and the Overnight Drive app as well. They talk, it's live call-in, so if you're up overnight, a great way to keep your night going, and trucker talk, a little bit of politics, news, weather, traffic around the country, and always up for whatever you bring to the conversation as well. Got Josh Lawyer chiming in. Hey Josh, good to see you. We're hanging out here, just down the road from you. Got a conversation going on as well about Diesel Extreme. I'm dealing with is smoking at idle, raised RPMs. So Diesel Extreme does great at clearing up, restoring that throttle response,
Yeah.
helping with if you're having rough running, idling, because it possibly is a fuel delivery issue.
Yeah, that definitely sounds like a spray pattern issue. Carbon IDs.
IDIAs, yep. And that one's an older truck, so it might be just external deposits as well.
That could be as well. Yeah.
But great stuff there. Going into our upcoming events. Lots of events going on. This week alone, we have 3 NTPA events, National Tractor Pullers Associations, at the Winneshiek County Fairgrounds in Decorah, Iowa. The Eaton County Fair poll starts tomorrow night up in Charlotte, Michigan. The Wright County Fair Nationals in Iowa as well. Battlescarred Motorsports, the great team over there, does all the adrenaline therapy for our veterans and first responders. They are going to be down at the Space City Grand Prix in Texas doing a Champ Car event, so good luck to those guys as well in their event. And the Modern Street Hemi Shootout all night race is this weekend at Darlington Raceway in North Carolina. Next event we'll be at ourselves is the Lions Super Bowl of the South in Chapel Hill, Tennessee. Following weekend, we'll have 2 teams out. We'll have an event in Tennessee as well, Rocky Top Diesel Shootout number 10 over at Crossville Driveway in Tennessee. And then the National Diesel Hot Rod Association will have their Wyoming event as well. And then I will be out the first weekend in August at the North Iowa Nationals in Rockville, Iowa as well. So lots of events going on.
Lucky.
Lucky me, I get to drive 12 hours to Iowa. All right. I lost my notes. There we go. Let's take a look at upcoming sales going on. Actually, I got one going on right now on our website. Use the code SHIP25 for all orders to ship free, anything over $25. It goes through the 19th. So great. Anyone new that wants to try out some products or want to restock without buying a lot of stuff, be sure to use that promo code. At the truck stops, both Love's and Pilot are running, when you buy 2 quart bottles, 2 1-quart bottles that is, of everyday diesel treatment, you get 800 points at Love's, and at Pilot the same deal is going on as well, also 800 points. So check out the truck stops for that, and then that goes through end of August 31st for both of those sales. And over at Tractor Supply, they have a sale that just started going through August 27th. We have $5 off FR3 friction reducer. That's a 16-ounce bottle. Everyday diesel treatment, $3 off on the 16-ounce squeeze. And finally, the 64-ounce Diesel Extreme, the big boy for big tanks that typical Tractor Supply users use, $6 off. So some great specials to pretty much do the 2-step treatment. If you look at all the right places, order your Stiction Eliminator online, go to Tractor Supply to pick up the rest of them, or Love's for EDT as well. I want to encourage everyone to stay in the loop on everything going on here at Hot Shot Secret, including sales, news, blogs, and more by subscribing to our email newsletter at hotshotsecret.com/email. This week, let's do our prize giveaway.
All right. So for this week, we have a 2-step fuel and oil prize, one we just discussed. Stiction Eliminator, FR3, Diesel Extreme, and EDT. And our winner is Cassandra D.
All right, Cassandra. If you message us here during the show, we'll throw in an extra t-shirt as well. And if not, we'll be getting a hold of you shortly to get your information to get that price sent out to you. It's over $100 value, and it's a good prize pack because it actually will last you quite a while between the EDT that's in there and the Diesel Extreme, and you got enough for at least 2 oil changes from the oil side as well. So something that should last an average person over a year.
Yeah. Plus a shirt.
Plus a shirt if you message now. Any final thoughts you have on 2-step treatment?
Other than we didn't touch on how often you should be using Diesel Extreme.
Oh,
Diesel Extreme is
perfect.
used roughly every 6,000 miles, or when you have symptoms pop back up again. It doesn't hurt to use it every tank fill, but really for the best performance every 6,000 miles. That was the one we did not touch on.
You're right. Well, actually, we didn't really touch on EDT as well on EDT Plus. So we didn't touch on. You're right. We missed the fuel treatment completely.
Yep. Yeah. So for EDT Plus, so I'm going to define when you should use EDT Plus. Every other time you should be using EDT. So for EDT Plus, you're going to want to use that whenever the temperature gets roughly around 32 degrees or below 32 degrees. Above that, EDT Plus below, just to prevent any potential freezing. Let's say you get a cold snap in the middle of the night. EDT there for you.
Especially at the beginning and end of each fuel season, because you'll have these fuel jobbers and stations that aren't treating early enough, and all of a sudden you get this cold snap, and then you're stuck gelled up.
Yeah, exactly. And additionally, with the fuel suppliers swapping their fuel when the season changes from diesel number 1 to diesel number 2, they typically treat the fuel with kerosene, which is not a very lubrose. It's not very doesn't work very well at protecting your components. So using EDT Plus with LX4 in there definitely helps with that winter diesel.
It does. And for those that live in extreme cold climates where they got the option to run pure number 1, number 1 is expensive.
Yeah.
It doesn't have as much BTU, so usually decreased fuel economy as well. And so by treating with a good diesel additive, winter additive, like EDT plus winter defense, you can, run more economically and have better diesel for your truck as well.
Oh yeah, there will be a noticeable difference with that for number one.
And we don't recommend mixing EDT and diesel extreme. They're completely compatible, but you don't need both on top of each other.
Yeah, I always frame it as it's the biggest bang for your buck when you use what's recommended, because if you go above, you'll hit a point of diminishing returns. If you go below, you're obviously not hitting the point where you need to be.
Mm-hmm. We've got a good question from Josh here. What would be the hour interval for diesel extreme and EDT and equipment? So for those not running mileage.
Hour interval, I would stick with what your hour interval for the equipment is for changing the fluid. So say it's a stationary engine, generator, something like that. I would do it based, I think it's like 250, 300 hours for an oil change.
Yeah, typically on those. Yeah.
I would stick with roughly 300 hours.
I actually always go with that recommendation on diesel extreme. I always say whenever you change your oil, throw diesel extreme.
Absolutely.
It's a good way to remember to do it. Just do it as part of your oil change. So, do your oil change, throw in your stiction eliminator FR3, and then go ahead and put a bottle of diesel extreme in your truck. So next time you fill up, throw your diesel extreme in, you're good to go, and then go back to EDT or EDT plus.
Exactly.
There is not any anti-gel properties in diesel extreme, so it is just FYI kind of more thing. You got extreme cold weather, maybe you throw some EDT plus in with it.
Yeah.
Or wait a little bit and do it a bit later when you know that you're out of the clear as well.
Yeah. Wait to use diesel extreme until you know you're out of the clear,
Right.
and stick with the EDT plus.
Right. A lot of guys tend to do oil changes in the fall before it gets too bad out, so that's a good time to use it. It's kind of that winter maintenance, getting ready for winter. You'll check your battery, check your wipers, tires, all that stuff. Good maintenance. Throw some diesel extreme in there. So, good question, Josh. Good question, everyone. Thanks for another great show, Logan. You did an excellent job today.
I appreciate it. Thanks.
Yeah. So until next time. We'll see you guys later here at Hot Shot Secret Live. Be sure to let us know if you ever have any questions. We're always happy to answer them. Logan's on to the hard ones, like what Josh just threw up there. And so, until next time, we'll see you guys later here at Hot Shot Secret.